Alrighty everyone, what is going on and welcome back to today's video. In today's video we're getting into a tips and tricks video. Now with North Star just around the corner, I'm going to be doing my best to be preparing you guys for the new season as best as I can. I'm not the most experienced person you'll ever talk to, I'm not the best person you'll ever talk to, but I've been playing this game for a long time. And I'd just like to, if you're new, if you're looking to do better next season, this is what all of these tips and tricks videos are going to be for that I've been making over the last week, just trying to get you guys prepared and ready to do your best in Operation North Star. So with that said, in today's video we're going to be going over why you're struggling to win as a solo queuer. So obviously this is going to be the target audience is going to be solo queuers. I know there's a lot of you out there. I'm one of them myself, and I'd just like to talk about all the problems and just really get it into your heads on why you're not winning as a solo queuer, and so just outlining the real problems with solo queuing and how you can maybe do better. But obviously it's really something that it just happens. There's not really too much you can do about it. You can do the best you can and still lose, and that's really the whole problem with solo queuing. But we'll get into all that in this video. If you do enjoy this video and find it useful, make sure to leave a like, drop a sub, notification bell as well. I'd really appreciate that. Also, make sure to come check out my Twitch streams. Links in the description down below. I would love to see you guys there. I stream there all the time. It'd be good to see some people there as well. And with that said, I don't really have anything else to say, so let's get into this video. Now, just to get this out of the way, if you are new to my channel or have never watched a video of mine at all, I solo queue 3 times a week in a solo series. I've been doing this series for at least a year now, so I know a lot about solo queuing, and I always talk about all of the things that I'm about to talk about in this video in this solo queue series. So if you're interested in checking that out, it's all over my channel. Every Monday, Wednesday and Friday I upload a solo to diamonds, so if you're interested in checking that out, come check that out. But with that said, that is where all of these tips are going to come from. I've been solo queuing a lot. That's pretty much all I do on Siege. I don't really play with anyone anymore. It's pure solo queue. So all these tips are coming from a solo queuer, so hopefully you guys can find these useful. So the first and main point that we're going to be going over, which is why you cannot win and you're struggling to win as a solo queuer, is going to be matchmaking. Matchmaking is the primary reason you will not win games as a solo queuer. As you know, when you're solo queuing, you get placed into a team with 4 other people. Now, they could be a team, they could not be a team. It really doesn't matter. But if you get matchmaked terribly and you get put into a game as, say, maybe a gold 2 and your teammates are all silver or below, which does happen more often than you'd like to expect, but your other team's a consistent stack of all gold 1s, you're obviously at a disadvantage in terms of matchmaking. You're already been put in a disadvantage, and obviously you don't know that when you're playing, but generally as the game plays out, you can tell whether the matchmaking's been bad or not, just by simply seeing what's happening within the game. And generally you can see by the stats and consistency of both teams who the better team is and who should win. Doesn't always go like that. There definitely is outliers where the team that probably doesn't deserve to win will win. But generally you can see the matchmaking errors and just complete and utter wrongs in terms of matchmaking that's going to put you at a disadvantage when you're solo queuing. Now obviously this happens more often than not as a solo queuer because you're not really squatted up, you're working more in a solo play, which means there's a lot more chance for you to be on the bad side of matchmaking that Siege has. So really there's not much you can do about it at all, and I think that's one thing I would just like to tell you guys, like there's literally nothing you can do about it if you get badly matchmaked. It happens to literally everyone. If you go and watch a single one of my solo to diamonds videos, you'll see that most of the time I can read by about the 2nd or 3rd round that the matchmaking is just not going in my favor whatsoever, and we're probably gonna lose this game. And I usually do say that. I don't say we're going to lose straight up, but I do say that it's not looking good, and generally it doesn't look good at all. There's definitely an outline that you can just see where you're gonna struggle, and that is simply just Siege's matchmaking. It is going to it's gonna negatively affect you a lot as a solo queue player, and there's literally nothing you can do about it. That's really just a straight summary, and that is one of the reasons you will struggle to win as a solo queuer. Realistically, all you have to do is just try your best with this matchmaking. There really is nothing else you can do. I don't blame you whatsoever, but I just wanted to outline that. The second point I have written down here is there's going to be teamwork that is absent. If you're already unfamiliar, Siege is a very team-based game, and the highest level of players will be a consistent team that play with each other all the time and all have specific roles in the game. Obviously, this is a competitive game. It has an esports. It has quite a big esports as well. So, and it's a team game. You need to rely on your whole team. You need to rely on team communication, etc., to excel at the highest level. And obviously, when you are solo queuing, you don't have access to any of that. All you have access to is your own play, and generally, even when you get invited to a team, if you end up in their party, you're in an environment that you're not really familiar with, and you probably have no plans to continue and learn with them. Obviously, unless you play really good, they're probably just going to kick you out of their party at the end of the game. Then you're never going to hear from them again, and then that's not really developing any skill whatsoever and not developing any team. So really, it doesn't benefit you at all. Even when you join the randoms party in a game, it can benefit you in that game, and it probably will pick up your potential of winning that you might not have had when you joined the game, but it's still not really going to get you anywhere in terms of team charisma, I suppose, and chemistry. That is going to take you to a higher league because you guys know each other, you understand each other's play styles, etc. So yeah, having teamwork absent in solo queuing definitely does let you down, and definitely is a reason why you struggle to win as a solo queuer. There's really not much you can do about it. There's plenty of reasons why you're not going to win as a solo queuer, and really the best thing you can do is do your best individually. And that leads me on to my next point, which is individual play. Obviously, we're not all going to play the best games of our lives, especially as console players. I know there might be PC players watching this, but as console players, we have a habit to be inconsistent. So obviously there's not much you can do about that. You're going to have a bad game, and obviously if you're solo queuing all of your games, that bad game might bring down your team as a whole, because generally you find yourself at the top of the leaderboard and then you have that bad game and the whole game just goes to trash. It's going to happen. There's really nothing you can do about it, and you really shouldn't let it bring you down. Individual play is definitely the most important thing as a solo queuer. You want to do your best as an individual, and just that's really all you can ask for. If you drop 10 kills and still lose, you still drop 10 kills. And that literally just summarizes it back to my first point. Matchmaking is what let you down there, because you definitely did your part dropping 10 kills. But the problem is that we're not always going to have those 10 kill games. We're going to have a game where we might go negative. Maybe we won't. Maybe you guys are just really good and you're just really stuck in the rank you're at the moment. That's why you're watching this video. And my best tip to you would be try your best to get a team that you can play with consistently, at least occasionally a week. If not every day, try and build up a good team that you know will play consistently, that you can grow together with and develop with. That's definitely the best tip I could give. If you feel you're dropping 10 kills every game and you're still stuck, you definitely need to get out of the whole solo queue thing. It's possible to get out as a solo queuer, but it's definitely easier with a team. But individual play is really an important thing when you are solo queuing, because you want to do the best individually, so the rest of your team has more room to have flaws, and obviously that is a key factor in the solo queue. But obviously, just don't beat yourself up if you have a bad game. That's basically the number one thing I'd like to say. And those are probably the three main reasons that you probably struggle to win when solo queuing. You're individually playing bad, teamwork is absent, and the matchmaking lets you down. But the next thing I have in this video is moving forward from these. So just tips to keep you going as a solo queuer so you don't get demotivated and get off, etc. If you want to keep playing as a solo queuer, these are the tips that I use, and this is what I'd say you need to try and imprint in your brain to move forward as a solo queue player, because you know you're not going to get any teammates. Maybe you don't like people in general. This is what I would say. The number one thing is be prepared to lose. As a solo queue player, you're definitely going to lose game. You're not going to win every game. You might have a day where you don't lose at all. The very next day, you're probably going to lose at some point. You need to be prepared to lose at all times. The matchmaking, all of those three things I just talked about are reasons that you're going to lose. And every now and then it's going to happen. You're going to lose a game. You're probably going to get angry at your teammates. You're probably going to get angry at yourself. I don't know, but be prepared to lose, and don't let it get to you if you are trying to consistently work your way up as a solo queuer. Don't let it get to you at all. Just keep going, keep grinding, and then just move on to the next game, and hopefully you can pull yourself out of a ditch at some point. Keeping a strong mindset is another thing that you want to do as a solo queue player. There's going to be plenty of things that are going to piss you off. Teammates, decisions that you yourself made or your teammates made, stuff the other team might do that is just completely out of whack if you feel you're in a lower rank than you should be. There's plenty of things in Siege that will get on your nerves, and you need to try and control that as best as you can. One thing I like to do is just go back and just take it as a learning experience. Learn from every single mistake you make, and try and just laugh it off. Like don't get angry. Getting angry is what's going to make you play bad, and if you find you get angry a lot, then that might be why you're losing games, but that's not really anything to do with solo queuing. That's just you personally. I used to get angry a lot. I remember I've gone back and watched my old videos a few times, and me having all of my a lot of my games documented on YouTube definitely helps me see my development. Some dude would shoot me in the head, and I'd be like, why is he standing there? Blaming someone else for killing you isn't improving you whatsoever. You need to learn from that and see what you're doing wrong. Like, examples, my video that I did the other day watching my first game. I got shot in the head by this dude. He slaughtered me. I said, what the hell am I doing? Why have I let this guy kill me? But my positioning was absolutely terrible, and he just absolutely wrapped the corner on me and messed me up because I was making a lot of noise as well. You need to take these things in and just let it happen, learn from it, and then take these learnings and try and not do it again in future rounds. That's really the best thing you can do. And the final thing I would say when moving forward is to play the best you can. That's really all you can ask for. Just do the best you can. If you don't win the game, then you don't win the game. If you don't play well, then you don't play well. If you play well, you play well. But do the best you can at all times as a solo queuer. Focus on yourself before anyone else because you want to play the best game you can. And that's pretty much all anyone can ask for. And finally, I'd just like to say that if you feel you are stuck, you just really can't progress whatsoever. You've tried everything you can, you really just can't get any further. Do your best to find a team. Do anything you can to find a team. If you feel like you're doing consistent games, but just solo queuing and your teammates are letting you down, do your best to find a team. That's really all you can do. Realistically, just try your best to find a team. That is definitely going to be the thing that's going to level you up to your next game. If you really are stuck solo queuing, you just can't. You keep playing good every game, but you just can't leave the rank you're stuck in. Wait till the next season, wait till North Star, and try and play with a team for like every game you can. That's pretty much all you can do. With that said, that's enough from me for this video. I hope you guys found this useful. There was definitely a few more cuts in this video. I'm finding it difficult to speak consistently like usual because my throat is just absolutely scuffed right now, so I do apologize for that. If there's a few little hiccups in there that sound awkward, that's just me struggling to talk consistently for long amounts of time because my throat's just absolutely munted. So I'd just like to apologize for that. If you did enjoy this video, make sure you leave a like, drop a sub, notification bell. Also make sure to come check out my Twitch streams. Links in the description down below. I'd love to see you guys there. With that said, I just really hope this video was helpful. I definitely am a strong solo queuer myself, and this is just everything I would pick up as a solo queue player and hopefully pass it on to you guys. Hope you found this useful. If you did, leave a comment. If you didn't, also leave a comment. Just let me know what you think. And with that said, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace. Control.